What's good, y'all? We back with another banger. We're gonna be going over the position by position analysis of week 1 matchup against the Bears. So honestly, we already know how that's gonna turn out. We back to y'all in a minute.
Room service. What's good, y'all? It's Jay Smooth here.
Showtime sticks.
We're going to go ahead and talk about this week 1 matchup with the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Let's go ahead and start with the trenches. We can start with our O-line versus their D-line. Sticks, what do you think is going to happen there?
A complete massacre. That's what I think will happen. A complete massacre. Now, I feel like in every single position, we outmatched them. Mm-hmm. The quarterback, of course, is the only real question mark here. What you think?
I think I might have to disagree there, man. I think I'm going to go off last year when we played Chicago. Man, O-line held up pretty well. Jimmy G had all kinds of time to throw. Made some good throws downfield. Now, when you insert a Trey Lance, some of that time could probably be turned into some deep plays. So we could probably look towards some of that. We do have some questions on our O-line, though. Even though last year they were holding up well, I think this year we might see those gaps, mainly in the interior, where they might use Robert Quinn to slide inside, maybe to rush, or one of their other defensive pass rushers. So I think that's going to be an interesting matchup to start out the game this year.
No, I said quarterback, right? I said
Trey Lance?
Yes.
Trey Lance.
That was our question mark because we don't know what he's going to do.
Right.
I feel like our offensive line is going to hold up because, as you said, Jimmy had a clean pocket every single time. Jimmy had a clean pocket. He was making some good throws out there, reminding me of some old Jimmy G for a second. I'm like, man, I'm just, reviewing the tape. But for the most part, our offensive line held up, and I think it's going to be just fine again this time. I don't think it's going to be any issues on the offensive line this game. I don't think it's going to be much.
Yeah, I mean, last year, we had some veteran presence on that center position. Now we got Jake Brendel, Aaron Banks, first year starting, and then we have Burford, who's showing promising signs. I think when you lose a guy in your middle like that and putting in Jake Brendel, I think it's just going to create some problems. I think they're going to have some miscues. Trey may have some pressure in the beginning, but I think it's going to be up and down game as far as the trenches, but I think the Kyle Shanahan will scheme it up and he'll figure it out.
I'm pretty sure he's already figured it out.
Probably
not worried about this game at all.
No, not worried at all.
We know Justin over there talking a little bit though. He said he got some revenge. He got out for us a little bit. So
yeah, it seems like he's got a vendetta against us because we didn't pick him up. But when you got a guy like Trey, similarities. Honestly, I wouldn't have been mad either way. I like them both. Yeah. So I
feel that. I feel the same.
So, but I don't think San Francisco is going to be the team he's going to get that revenge on. I think last year during the game, we destroyed their O-line. Our D-line was eaten. We've gotten even better this year, even with the depth. So I think it's just going to be a similarity to last year. I think our D-line is just going to dominate that O-line. Justin was in a lot of pressure last year.
He was on the run almost every
play. Look at the film, you just see him running. So I think this year is going to be the same. And with that team kind of still figuring it out, I don't think they have the pieces to counter that. So
yeah, they had less than 200 passing yards that game. So it's not like he was tearing it up through the air. It was a lot of short passes. Him scrambling a lot. Mm-hmm. He got out to the outside quite a bit. The passes that he did get though, he was throwing across the middle. Our middle was open.
Yeah.
For some reason during that game, our middle was open, and it took us a minute to get going.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense did come out aggressive. They were ball hawks.
Mm-hmm.
They were swarming the ball just no matter who had it. I remember one play they threw it out on the left side, gave it to Debo out on the wing, and then next thing I know, here they come.
Yeah, they come.
Smack Debo. He didn't even get a chance to get to the offensive line.
Yeah, they're safeties, man. Yeah. Eddie Jackson, right? Jaquan Brisker, who was drafted this year. They got some physical guys on that back end. Yep. So Chicago's kind of always been known for a physical defense, so they're gonna play tight. But we were able to gash them with some screenplays, plays down the middle, some deep shots. So I think it's going to be a similarity to this year. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to.
Yeah, we got to look out for Robert Quinn because that's who it was that got out, that got to the outside and got Debo.
Yeah, Robert Quinn. You know, he's a playmaker there on that D line for Chicago. So I think they're gonna have some wins. I just don't think it's gonna be enough to win the game. So I think I have San Francisco pulling out that game pretty easily. But you know, Chicago, I think with the season starting, the energy starting out in Chicago, I think they're gonna come out hot maybe that first quarter. But then I think once the game settles down, it's just gonna be San Francisco from there on out.
Yeah, their receiving core isn't that great where it's gonna compete with who we have for our DBs.
Right.
I mean, you know, Dante Pettis is out there. You know what I'm saying?
We got Charvarius Ward.
Exactly.
You know, Manny Mosley, who's been stepping up. We have Sam
and
Womack.
We still got Sam Womack out there, and I think he's gonna step up. I mean, I think he's gonna have a good season regardless. But I think this is gonna be one of them games where he shows again, hey, I'm here to stay, and I deserve to be where I'm at.
And you look at Chicago; they got rid of Allen Robinson. I mean, he's not no scrub, you know. So losing him. Mooney's a great young wide receiver on the rise, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. That O-line, I think they're going to struggle, man, and it's just going to be under pressure again. And so Chicago's going to have a hard time finding a run game. So they're probably going to try and use some of Justin Fields' athleticism to try and create some draw plays maybe and gain some of them yards, you know, or figure something out because our D-line, man, we're stacked.
Is stacked. I mean, last year they did have some success against us, though.
They did.
They had more rushing yards than they had passing against us. It was actually almost 200 yards rushing. It was under it, but they actually did pretty well in the rush. A lot of that had to do with Justin Fields, of course, getting out of there. So we got to come with a better scheme if we're gonna push him out. You know, we got to come with a better scheme to make sure we corral him a little bit more.
Absolutely.
But honestly, I think it's gonna be better because now they're practicing against Trey Lance every day in practice. You know, so they're seeing those looks, and they've been found ways to rattle Trey in practice. So honestly, I just feel like it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be a massacre. As I said in the beginning, I think it's gonna be fine. Like our receivers, like Debo, Brandon Ayuk, we got Juwan Jennings out there. Who do they have us gonna stop? All
Danny
three
Gray,
of them? Like,
Ray
I still haven't mentioned George Kittle. You know, like you said, Danny Gray, Ray McLeod. You know, like we still got Juszczyk back there. You know, he running, passing, blocking. Juszczyk deserves everything that he get. I love that man. Man, pause. But I do love him though. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I think Trey Lance has only helped this team prepare for the new generation of quarterbacks that's coming in. You know, that the ones that can play off script and the ones that can play in the pocket. So San Francisco, I think they're going to be more than prepared to shut this team down week 1. Get ready for week 2. So who do you think's an X factor? Give me an X factor for you for offense and one for defense for this game.
Okay, well, you know, I'm going to go like I could call him mini Troy Polamalu out there. I think he's gonna be an X factor this game.
Didn't he change his jersey number to 30 this year?
Man, a lot of them are. He did. Yeah.
He did, huh?
And then
number
Charvarius
30.
Ward is out there with 7 now, right?
Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna be different seeing 3-0 on Huff's jersey, but that's your guy, huh? That's the guy.
I think it is because when we did get beat, it was in our secondary, and they had a little bit of success over the middle, like I said, and our secondary was literally having some problems back there still. So I think Huff is going to bring that energy. I love his ball hawking abilities. I love his way that he goes after the ball and he actually tries to get the pick. He'll hit you hard at the same time, you know. If you're trying to run up the gut and he's coming through, I just like the way he plays football.
Right.
You know, he plays his position well, and I think him and Jimmy Ward are getting along just fine. Even though Jimmy won't be here for this game, that's why I think he's going to be an impact player because of that. You know, I know we have depth, but we're not super deep at safety. So
right.
Yeah, so I think Huff's ability to do what he needs to do is going to be very important for us to win this one.
Okay, cool. Who's somebody on offense that you think might be an X factor for this game?
Trey Lance, man.
Trey Lance?
Easy.
Okay.
Easy for me this time because it's his very first start. All eyes are going to be on Trey. But honestly, I feel like Kyle Shanahan is going to just run the ball a lot. I don't think they're going to be able to really stop us. I do think our O-line is good at run blocking for sure. And I think they're going to show that again. I think we're going to see some of the trickery a little bit, a lot of the misdirection. I think it's going to be a lot of play action when Trey does get his chance to do some stuff because that's when he's at his best. And I think Kyle Shanahan is going to do it now. This is the time. This is the time.
Now is
we
the
all
time.
been waiting to see what the offense is going to look like and all that. Well, guess what?
Right.
We're 1 week away. 1 week from today, we're going to get to see all that. We're going to see all these predictions we got and all this mess. We can just put it to rest. We're going to see what's real, and we can go off that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get my X factor for this game. I'm going to go ahead and say Ray McLeod. I think Shanahan's going to use him in a unique way. Maybe with some, wide receiver reverses, maybe some handoffs in the backfield, maybe a deep shot. I think he's just going to maybe utilize them to get that speed and space. Along, with Danny Gray, of course, but I think Ray McLeod will get some opportunities and become that X factor, put some points on the board on the offensive end. Defense, my X factor. I'm going to have to go and say, that's tough because that defense is loaded, dude. It's like everybody just...
You can pick anybody, bro. You can just pick anybody and you can make a case for it.
Right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say Samson Ebukam. I'm going to say Samson Ebukam is going to be an X factor. I think he's going to get some opportunities to come out, rush on third downs. And, he was only thriving at the end of the season last year.
That's why I love
his last 6 games.
Love this pick.
Amazing.
He's been waiting to get back out there again. He was wishing that he just had more time with the Niners, So I can't wait to see what he does.
So I think he's gonna come out, get a sack, and get some big tackles and big moments.
Some pressure.
Yes.
That alone is going to do some things to Justin.
When you got Nick Bosa on the other side, I mean, all you got to do is win your matchup. And we have Charles Omenihu, Samson Ebukam, Drake Jackson. I mean,
I can't wait for Drake Jackson.
They are all capable of winning that matchup.
You seen them in their picture day?
Man.
This man over here posing, looking back. Though, I'm like, wait a minute. Don't be doing that, bro. What's wrong with you, man? That's a huge pause right there. What you doing, Drake?
Right.
Jackson, that is.
Right. If I ever get to meet Drake Jackson, I want to have a backflip contest. So,
you hitting backflips like that?
Of course.
Okay. I do recall you hitting a few, but I didn't know you just be hitting them like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would hope so. He weigh a lot more than you.
Of course.
So
a lot more.
I would expect you to win, actually.
I hope so.
Because I'm gonna talk major mess, and I'm gonna let y'all know.
I hope so. But we'll set that up at another time. Drake, holla at me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But no, I think this game's gonna be, like I said, I think the energy, Chicago's gonna bring it. Probably, first few plays, first half, whatever. But I think San Francisco's gonna get locked in, man, and Kyle's just gonna start dialing up plays.
Yeah.
And getting
it might be a little sporadic in the first half, a little bit. Just getting your feet wet.
It's first game, baby.
Yeah.
First game, so it's not gonna be perfect.
Going crazy for y'all bettors out there. I mean, honestly, you can bet anything. Niners gonna run it up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we got to come out here and make a statement to everybody. Let them know we whooping weak teams, and so when y'all good teams get here, it can happen to you. Come ready. Let's get it. Underestimate us all you want.
Right.
I'm ready for it.
So who's some? Let's talk about. Let's get into. I mean, I know we've done a lot of predictions, but let's talk about maybe who's going to lead the offense for San Francisco at the end of the day in rushing. And how many yards you got that individual at?
If Elijah Mitchell stays healthy, then he'll have over 1,000-yard season.
1,000-yard season? Okay. About week 1, what do you think he might rush for when the game clock hits 0? Who do you think might lead the game in rushing?
I'm still gonna say Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah.
Okay. How much you got him at for the game?
Over 100.
Over 100?
I do.
Okay, bold prediction.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and agree. I'm gonna say Elijah Mitchell's gonna rush for over 100 yards. I got him at 125.
Big day.
That's a big day. Yes. I think Kyle, just gonna run heavy. And why not? We got somebody like Elijah Mitchell.
He's aiming for 40.
We don't have
aiming for 40 runs.
Bro. Yeah, we don't have to throw for 300 yards every game. And this is a game we could really work on our run game. The O-line could work on their, run blocking. I think this would be a good game to do that in.
I do too.
Okay.
It's a great game to get your feet wet and get all the jitters out.
Get them out.
All that stuff. Get all your stuff in order. It's a great first 2 weeks for that. So they should definitely pull out this W with ease while getting better at the same time.
Absolutely. All righty. Well,
that's it, man. It's the Bears. So I know Justin said he wanted to pay us back, but pay us back when? Because it ain't gonna be Sunday.
Yeah. Now Justin, he's just gonna be one of those guys that's just gonna be paying us back for a long time. So
he thinks. You see what happened to Aaron Rodgers.
I'm
I'm just saying.
Aaron Rodgers, that's
Don't get me wrong. I love Aaron, and I definitely wanted him. I wanted us to pick him, but the revenge way didn't really work out so well for him. So I don't know if Justin wants to take that approach. But
yeah,
that's on you, my guy. I got mad love for you, but just not Sunday.
Just not Sunday.